dam. There was damage to the northwestern part of Richland County, Plymouth Township. And so I'm going to give you information that I have from the National Weather Service as of about 11:15 this morning. And then I will give you a little more specifics as far as damage to properties that we've got here. So National Weather Service out of Cleveland has confirmed an EF2 tornado extending near the intersection of Marsh and Scott Roads in Crawford County and ending on Willett Road south of Opdyke Road in Richland County. Maximum wind speeds were roughly 120 miles per hour with a maximum width of 250 yards. National Weather Service is working on finalizing the details and evaluating the pictures and information that they gathered this morning during their assessment, and they will have a report out. It should be coming out probably within the next couple of hours. So that is what they have determined. Again, it's an EF2 tornado. And I can tell you, again, I'm just going to share with what we've got in Richland County at this point is that we've got damage near West Road, literally West Road, W-E-S-T, and west on West Road. Also Lawler Road, Opdyke, Fenner. We've got a lot of debris throughout the fields. We've actually seen large round bales of hay that have been pushed into the fields. We had a 50 by 80 pole building that was destroyed at one of the houses on West Road. That's in the 5,000 block of West Road. There is also another structure there that suffered major damage. They are not able to stay at the residence right now. They have stayed with family last night. There was a car is on its side at that residence. Also, they lost a small pole building as well that had some livestock in it, but all the livestock are okay. We're very blessed that there have been no injuries reported to us that we're aware of in any of the area in Crawford or Richland County. We've got, again, just a lot of debris around, power outages. Some homes are still without power, but that's being restored. Debris we saw wrapped around utility poles, and even as high up as where the wires connect to the poles, the utility lines connect to the poles. That is where we knew it had some elevation to it. I can tell you, I guess I want to get this out there, that if anyone has incurred any damage from last night for Richland County, please contact Richland County 211. That is the first point of contact for any kind of damage reporting that you have. They funnel that information down to us, and then we will move forward with any type of, just kind of following up on what was going on with you. All of these properties that we've talked to, the 3 that I spoke with that had this damage, all are insured. So obviously that's their first point of communication. They need to reach out to their insurance agency. We have been advised by Pat Dropsy, who is Richland County Auditor, that if they have incurred property damage to please reach out to his office. There is the ability for them to have some adjustment on their property taxes. So there's a form they would need to get to take care of that. I spoke with Senator Romanchuk this morning. He reached out early to find out what was going on, so we've had contact with him. We've also had a message from Senator Sherrod Brown's office as well. So again, they've been very attentive to our needs, and we're very, we appreciate them reaching out. We have resources through Ohio VOAD, which is the Ohio Volunteer Organizations Active in Disaster, that many faith-based organizations are part of that group. Also Team Rubicon, Red Cross, EMAs, United Way, just a bunch of different agencies and organizations across the country. But we have reached out to Team Rubicon, who is a veterans organization with volunteers that will come out and do debris cleanup. And we have also reached out to the Southern Baptist Disaster Arm because they have literally a chainsaw gang that will come out and do debris cleanup. So we've been very active, obviously, within the last 12 hours. We do expect we have a couple more roads to go out and take a look at this afternoon. Again, I'm expecting to find just really more debris than anything. And we've had a team also that was assisting us from our CERT team. And again, they just found out primarily a lot of debris spread throughout the roads in different areas, the fields. It's very rural up here, as you can imagine, and very flat. So that does not help us when it comes to wind and tornadoes. So I think at this point in time, that is all I have to report for Richland County. If you have any questions.
Just 3 houses then that had damage?
At this point, we have,
West Road?
correct.
All on West Road?
Yes.
Okay. given the speeds that you mentioned and apparent width of this, can you put into words how fortunate people might feel about not having more damage or significant injuries?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I can tell you that, again, just, half a mile down the road is Crawford County, but on that Crawford County line, there was a home that had, I guess, a family with some small children, and that they were in the basement, and, they were very fortunate not to have any damage, and part of their house was damaged, but not all of it. Yes, a lot of, I think the individuals obviously were a little shaken, but no injuries reported to us of any concern. As I said, the one household is uninhabitable right now. The other two seem to be okay. We've had, their insurance companies are already there responding and taking a look at everything as well, so.
Did you hear it, or are you too far away? Yeah, last night?
Oh, no. And I actually live in Ashland County, but we had sirens and warnings going off, yeah.
Did you have any descriptions from residents about what it was like, those moments?
We haven't had a chance to have those conversations really at that point, thus far we're just looking at damage and crowd control, trying to keep people off the roads.
Rebecca, what were the roads again in Crawford County where the damage?
Well, I don't have specifics for Crawford, so I don't want to go there just yet.
From Marsh to
Yeah, this is, okay, I'm sorry, let me give you that.
general area.
Yeah, right now I'm just speaking to Richland. It was from the, this is from the National Weather Service, said that the EF2 tornado extended near the intersection of Marsh, M-A-R-S-H, and Scott Roads in Crawford County.
That's fine.
And then Willett Road south of Opdyke in Richland County. And again, but the damages that we saw as far as structures were all three locations are on West Road, west of State Route 598.
I just have a quick question. So I know that the West Road stretches pretty far, right? But I'm not from here. I just want to clarify. So where does the line end? So you got Crawford, Richland, and then where do you change over to the Crawford County line? At what road?
West?
It's, what's the road? It's right there West Road ends and then it becomes another, it's the same road. It extends over, what is the other road? Lauder goes up and, okay. Okay, there you go. Thank you. These people live up around here. I don't.
I know they said no human fatalities. Was there any livestock?
No, and thank you very much for mentioning that. There were, I believe, two steers in the one small barn at the structure that is uninhabitable. That barn it's gone, but they were fine. There were some goats in that building as well. So all the livestock are fine. There were chickens at the one other residence that was a little farther down the road, and they were wandering in the yard this morning. So I think all are good. All livestock and humans are still with us. Yes.
Rebecca, I know this one came before your time, but is there any way to compare this one to the one in Belleville a couple of years ago, or near Belleville, wooded area, middle of the night kind of thing?
Are you talking more about the derecho, the
Yes.
one in June?
No, I'm talking about one like 2 years ago that went through Malabar Farm.
Oh,
and
okay.
area.
Yep. No, simply because it's so open up here. There really we're not seeing a lot of tree damage because there aren't trees. It's all open fields. Again, as you know, if anybody is aware of the size of a large round bale of straw or hay on the farm, I mean, that takes a lot to move one of those, and we saw several of those that were moved out into the middle of the field. So those winds were pretty powerful last night.
And they often take a while, the National Weather Service, to call it a tornado. This one happened so quickly because someone actually saw it, correct?
Well, we've had two people from the National Weather Service were down here at like 10 o'clock this morning assessing the damage, yes. We also have the benefit of Willard Fire Department has a drone team. They are out taking footage right now of the damage. So we will have that at some point yet today to share with you.
He's on his way back.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Will that link been sent out to everybody, or do you have to send in a request for that video, the drone video?
If you would all email us, that would be great. That way we make sure we have the proper email information and we can get that sent out to you this afternoon.
Is there can you give us an email? What email?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that would help. R. Owens@richlandcountyoh.gov.
Ryan's actually on his way back. So
Perfect.
He may be shortly behind me.
Awesome. Is Jet somewhere along the way?
Jeff was with Ryan.
Okay, that's what we're waiting on.
Have you viewed any of the video from homeowners?
No.
Have you seen anybody base anything on that, or is it almost all just damage when you get
Correct, yes. We saw, 2x4s, literally splintered off 2x4s that were stuck in the ground. So again, that's a good indication. There are trees that will look like they were twisted and snapped off. So just, and again, the like siding and such from the pole buildings was up in the utility wires and hanging from the wires. So and again, the debris is for probably quite a few miles from where the actual tornado touched down because it's just so flat up through here.
Do you have the measurement of how long it was on the ground? It was a mile, 2 miles? Or?
I do not believe that has been shared with us yet.
Is that not the 250
Joe?
yards?
The National Weather Service guy told me 10 miles. It was on the ground for 10 miles.
On the ground for 10 miles?
I just talked to him at 11:15. Jim Sullivan. He said it was 19 minutes on the ground
Okay.
19 minutes?
and 10 miles.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Lou.
And
They
it
didn't
touched
include
down
that in there.
Crawford County Initially, then came to.
Yeah, it really zigged and zagged the whole way across the northwestern part of the county and Crawford County as well. Yes, ma'am.
The 3 homes you're talking about in Richland, will Jet talk about additional damage in Crawford?
Correct, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, she will.
Well, obviously more than 3 homes.
Correct.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, yeah. She actually had, and I don't want to get into that, but there were a couple, I guess, empty mobile homes that were totally blown away. They were empty and I think for sale or being sold or something, but they are no more. So, is that it? Thank you.
EMA director here? Or
We're waiting on her to get here.
She's on her way, yes. We were just finishing up. They wanted to stop by the one woods out there. So, and then I went ahead and came back, and then these are the Tyro guys, they came back with me, so.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Thank you for starting.
Oh, sure, you're welcome. Anything you guys want to say from the fire department end of things?
Yes.
I can answer questions.
This is
if you would
Assistant
like.
Chief Troy Haas, who was out there last night as well responding.
One thing I can verify is that we did have 2 of our guys. I had a captain and a lieutenant that worked for us, but they actually spotted the tornado. So we did actually radio ahead to Shiloh and other communities that we did see it. Tyro guys, Craig's over here. Craig actually was out there seeing it also. So we work well together. So they were relaying messages to us, we were relaying messages to them, and then we radioed on from there. So
Did you see it, or did you see it too?
I did not. I got called in after the lieutenant called me, and then I came in. So these guys are from Tyro. Come on up, guys. They can ask you questions.
Just describe
Before
it.
you come up, can you say your
What
name
it
and
looked
spell
like.
it?
My name is Troy Haas. I'm the assistant chief here at Cleveland Fire Department. It is TROYHASS. And these are the guys from Tyro.
I'm
Can
Captain
you
Craig
step a bit
Winninger.
closer to the microphone?
I'm Captain Craig Winninger for Tyro Auburn, Fire Chief for Tyro.
Tim Hammond.
Tell us
Can you
what you
step
saw.
closer to the microphones when you're speaking? I'm sorry.
There really are microphones there.
Basically, it was so dark and raining so hard, you really could not see a visual tornado. I mean, it just debris everywhere.
Just debris everywhere, power lines down.
I was told, our captain, when later on told me that the only time they could make it out is when the lightning took off, and they could see it that way, and then otherwise they were just doing the same thing, following debris. But they could make it out every time that the lightning would light across the sky. They could make it out.
Do you guys have any videos of the tornado by chance?
I do not.
Do not.
I can see. We have the same stuff that everybody else can pull off Facebook. I've seen Facebook pictures and stuff, but that's all I have seen of it.
So wait, did you see it when the lightning went off, or did you just see debris?
Just the light of the sky, you could see the funnel cloud itself.
Describe what that was like, or what you were thinking or seeing when you saw that.
Hell. That's the easiest way to put it. I mean, flying debris everywhere.
Did you think that it was gonna be a lot worse than what it was? Some described it as they thought this is gonna cost, you know.
Obviously, last night being dark, I didn't think there was near the damage that we seen today in the daylight. I mean,
It is different.
You just couldn't see. It was pitch black everywhere.
So it is not the same as what we were seeing last night Rebecca was with us last night, and then when you went out today, it was a totally different visual of what you would have seen last night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, so that wraps up the coverage there. Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk. Picking it up from here, learning about the latest from Richland County. Now, I want to show you some of the damage that they were talking about. But first, when we talk EF2, I know this can be pretty, I mean, not annoying, but difficult to understand here because, yeah, like just throwing these terms out there and these numbers out there, for a large portion of people, they don't really mean anything. But
We're texting
what
Jet
exactly
now,
is
So
that?
hopefully Jet will be here in the next little bit.
So an EF2 is considered a strong tornado, winds between 111 and 135 miles an hour, and damage as a result of that is classified as quote unquote significant. So that obviously can be a pretty big deal. Now you heard them mention that there were some situations where you had portions of buildings taken apart there. This is in Genera. This was yesterday, 16 hours ago. It's damage like this is what we're talking about that we saw yesterday. This is coming courtesy of our sister station, 13 ABC, over in Toledo. Now, we are expecting to get an update from the governor in less than 10 minutes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this digital stream down. We're going to reset. And then we're going to, of course, come back 1 o'clock with Governor Mike DeWine. So we will see you coming up in just a little bit here. But we're going to break down much more of this. In Richland County, I do want to at least just re-explain what happened there. Damage near West Road and west of West Road. Lawler, Updike, Fenner also saw debris on fields. Most of that was debris in fields in certain areas. There were massive bales of hay that were thrown due to the storms, and mobile homes were blown away as well. Fortunately, those were empty, so nobody was hurt in that. But much more to come on the storms that happened yesterday. For those that were tuning in here on 19 News, you saw us breaking in on coverage for multiple hours, and of course we will have the damage reports today coming up again in less than 10 minutes. Governor Mike DeWine will give an update. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson with 19 News. Have a great day. Much more to come, both on air and online.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for Channel 1035.